The next step of the process, let's talk about it. So the next step of the process for me, after I felt like I experienced the worst thing in my life, which turned out to be the best thing in my life, because I learned a lot about myself. I learned a lot about people. I learned a lot about the entire situation, and moving forward, it was hard. And nobody wants to start over. It's like you feel like, oh my God, I've invested all this time with this person, and you don't want to start over, but sometimes you got to do what you got to do. And so me starting over, what does that look like? At first I didn't know. I did all kind of crazy stuff because I wasn't myself. I was outside of myself. I was just going through the motions. I was numb. So I find different things to do, like hobbies and stuff. The thing that made the difference in my life was listening to motivational videos, watching motivational videos, and just reading books, and just really working on myself. That was the turning point for me, and that's what empowered me, and that's what brought me to this point right here. That stuff helped me at a time where I just didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to go, and it's like I didn't know who to talk to, because sometimes when you talk to people, you don't want to hear it again. You know what I mean? You want to confide in somebody, but then you don't want to be judged. It's like you just don't know what to do. You got so much going on inside of you, and you don't know what to do. I worked out a lot. I find different hobbies to do. I read books, but the main thing that helped me was listening to motivational videos and working on myself. I took notes. I listen to them daily, and I take notes and I write them down and I read them again. And I do that consistently because I feel like that helps me. And you gotta find something that makes you happy, something that excites you, And so that excites me. I love that, and I want to one day be that. That's why I'm on here, giving my advice and telling you how I went through, how I came through, and continue to work on myself. A lot of times, we're just in and out of relationships, not really taking time for ourselves. So you really got to take time for you to know what you want. Because if you don't know what you want, you'll just accept anybody, anything, just to be in something, just to have somebody. And a lot of times we do that. When somebody's fresh out of a relationship, they are not ready for anything. Believe me, I know. Don't rush into anything with anybody. If you know whether it's a guy or a girl, don't rush into anything, because that's temporary. They're not fully there. They're not gonna probably ever fully be there, because they're still dealing with this stuff, whether they say it or not. They're still dealing with those things, and they're not gonna speak up. A lot of times men don't express themselves. Some don't know how. They don't express themselves. They just hold all this stuff in, right? And then they start to treat, the next person badly because they don't know how to express themselves. And the cycle just continues. And then you get into relationships, and you just numb. You're just doing things, just not even yourself. And then you're rushing into stuff, having kids and stuff, and you don't even know the person. You're just doing stuff, just not your normal self. What I've learned, because I got 2 kids, and I'm a single parent, and it's hard. It's hard. And so for me, when I was dating, that was my thing. I'm not having no babies. I've been there, done that twice. Didn't work for me as a single parent. So, I just don't want to do that no more. I want to be married. And so when you want different, you got to move different. You got to, put your expectations out there and let people know. And don't put yourself in a situation for something like that to happen, because a lot of times women think just because you have a baby by a man that he gonna want you, he gonna want to be with you. You just gonna be another single mother. But that is not gonna keep nobody that don't want to be with you. That is not gonna work. It's a dead end situation. Do not do that. If you don't get to know a person, period, get to know them before you cross those lines, because once you do that with somebody, you're stuck with them for 18 years, good or bad. You don't know. If you don't know that person, you don't know if they're going to be there, if they're not going to be there. You don't know anything. And a lot of people, they listen to their parents. Oh, I want some grandkids. Oh, I want this. Oh, I want that. Well, it's steps to that. It's steps to having kids. It's steps to marriage. It's steps to everything. It's a process. And when you rush the process, it does not work. And the kids suffer in the end, because, I always wanted, my kids to have, both parents in the house, but it didn't work like that. And it's because of the choices that I made, So going forth, like I didn't want to do that no more. I done that. That didn't work for me, And so, me meeting somebody that wanted kids, like I let them know off the rip. I'm not about to do that no more. Unless, I want to get married. Then I got my tube stopped. We ain't doing that. I'm not playing them games no more. Been there, done that. I'm just not doing that. It's hard out here being a single parent. Not one, but two kids. It is hard. So who want to keep having babies depending on the system? I don't want to do that. I want to work. I want to travel. I want to go places. I want to do things. I don't want to just keep popping out babies just to see if this man gonna stay with me or want to be with me. Like, no, that's not how life works. So many people are doing that, and I don't understand it. You know how hard it is, how hard it was? You got daycare. You can't get up and go how you want to go. You can't get up and do how you want to do. Unless most people just, have somebody else raising the kids, and you don't want to do that. You just don't. These are options that you don't want to do. And it starts with you. It's whatever you allow. If you allow that, you think they won't pop a baby in you and keep it moving? You just got to be smart about it, The right way to do it is to get married, and then if you decide to do that, that's the right way to do it. Believe me, I know that's the way I should have did it, but I didn't. So those lessons I learned the hard way, so just, I don't know. The society today is just, I don't know. It's just the thing to have babies. I don't know. But to each his own. For me, I know where I'm going. I know what I want. I like to travel. I like to go places and do things. I like to go in the store and buy myself stuff, that's just me. Anyway, to each his own, like I said, but it's what's going on now. But you know what? A person is going to only do what you allow. And until we start changing us, ourselves, and what we allow and what we choose to tolerate and not tolerate, it's going to keep on happening. But for me, that's not what I want. I want more. And I'm going to have more. And in order for things to change, you have to change. And if you don't change, guess what? Then it's going to keep happening. It's like a cycle going round and round and round. Like, one day you're going to get sick of going round and round in circles. I don't want to go in circles at all. And so that's my choice. It's hard. Nobody wants to be a single mother. It happens. But to keep letting it happen over and over again, it's just redundant. I don't get it. But like I said, to each his own. Success. I rode that wave for a little too long. Success leaves clues. We have to pick them up. We do. It's no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. It's hard, but guess what? Do your squats, do your lunges. You got this. You got greatness in you. You can be anybody you want to be. You can do anything you want to do. Let me say that. You can do anything you want to do. It's up to you. Stop letting people put limitations on you, and you stop putting limitations on yourself. If you're not growing, what are you doing? If you're not climbing that ladder, what are you doing? Are you just happy with just where you are in life? You don't want anything more? It starts with you. It's right here. You got it right here. What are you going to do with it? That's the question. What are you going to do with it? I'm going to end it on this note right here. I want to give you something to think about. Somebody asked me this a long time ago, and I didn't know what to say. Who are you? Think about it. If somebody came up to you and said, who are you? What would you say? What would be your response? That's something I want you to think about. Have a good day, y'all.